Hey Mustangs, welcome back to another episode of The Spill. It's Friday, February the 14th of 2020. I'm your host Sam Reeves, and I'm here with Kristen Anderson.
For this episode of The Spill, we'll be talking about Ukraine, the Trump administration, and some health codes.
So stay tuned for the latest.
Mom and Dad, I'm doing fine. You guys are on my mind. You asked me what I wanted to be, and now I think the answer is plain to see. I wanna be famous. I wanna live close to the sun. Oh, pack your bags, cause I've already won. Everything to prove, nothing in my way. I'll get there one day. Cause I wanna be
In world news today, Ukrainian President Zelensky and Russian President Putin spoke on the phone about releasing the Ukrainian citizens that are being held in Russia, eastern Ukraine, and the Crimea. They also talked about preparing for the next meeting of the leaders of Ukraine, Russia, Germany, and France in the so-called Normandy Front. The relationship between Ukraine and Russia collapsed after Russia took over Crimea in 2014. Nothing has been said about the people that are being detained or if they'll be released anytime soon.
In national news, the Trump administration has diverted $3.8 billion in Pentagon funds to the border wall. These new funds will add to the $11 billion previously set aside to fund the construction of this wall, and will include money that was originally allocated to purchasing equipment for the military and the National Guard. The Trump administration stated that the diversion of funds was in support of higher priority items, and that they were necessary in the national interest. Congress is weighing how to proceed.
In local news, there were two failed health inspections this week here in Cleveland. One was a fast food restaurant, and the other was a hotel's continental breakfast buffet. The Comfort Inn breakfast buffet got a score of 67, and to put some context for that, a good score is above 90 and a perfect is 100. The inn said that the person in charge didn't know how to properly wash the dishes, there was pain relief lotion in the same place as the clean dishes, and there were no hand washing signs anywhere. Also, the Crystals on Keith Street scored 1 point better with a 67, which is still a failing gross grade. The employees didn't wash their hands, they touched their face and hats before touching the food, and they never changed their gloves, as well as having their fries not stored properly, getting dirty, and instead of throwing the fries out, the workers just labeled them "do not use" and set them off to the side. All of this was on top of the ceiling leaking in the kitchen. But for lighter news and better places to eat, the Frothy Monkey and the Ugly Tree Cafe in Chattanooga both got perfect scores. And now, after the break, Sam brings us a look at the coronavirus again, even if you're sick of it. Stay tuned for updates.
For our top story today, the coronavirus is still spreading, with more than 5,000 new documented cases and 120 more deaths. This brings the total number of people infected to 63,851. The number of people being treated is going up to around 56,000, but despite this, 1,380 people have died around the world. Chinese officials and hospitals have repeatedly said that they have a shortage of proper protective equipment, including face masks. The new number of the total infection isn't giving any sign that it's nearing its peak. In fact, it is showing no sign of slowing down at all. That's all for your news today. Now for your national holiday and Walker Valley announcements.
As many of you know, today is Valentine's Day. Make sure to take some time for that special someone, or if you're single, get something for yourself.
On Thursday, parent-teacher conferences are from 3:30 in the afternoon to 6:30 in the afternoon, and junior and sophomore parent meetings are from 6:30 to 7:30.
We have a basketball game versus Cleveland High School here at Walker Valley on Friday as well. That's all for your Walker Valley announcements. Now let's go to Sam for the weather.
Thanks, guys. Hey, Mustangs. How's it going? It's Sam Reeves here with the daily Walker Valley weather report. Anyways, enough said. Let's get right into it. So the high for today, January the 14th of 2020, is going to sit in the upper 40s until it drops to around 20 degrees by 8 o'clock for our daily low. Our current Walker Valley real field temperature is 23 degrees as of right now, and our chance of rain overall for today is 0%. That's all for your daily Walker Valley weather report, and with that, I'm going to toss it back to you guys in the studio.
What's up, Walker Valley? I'm Madison.
And I'm Lori, and this is your exciting pop culture news.
What's really been going on between Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott? The parents of Stormy Webster have been on very friendly terms since their split in late 2019. But fans are wondering if they're ever going to officially get back together or not. The Keeping Up with the Kardashians star and the Grammy nominee added fuel to the reconciliation rumors over the weekend with their reunion at their daughter's star-studded birthday party.
In other news, Jay-Z is setting the record straight after he and Beyoncé stirred controversy for remaining seated during the 2020 Super Bowl's national anthem presentation. The rapper addressed the backlash during a lecture series Q&A at Columbia University on Thursday night. Jay-Z, who produced this year's halftime show and is a partner of the NFL, denied that by not standing up for Demi Lovato's performance, he and Beyoncé were making a subtle political statement.
That's all for your pop culture news today. I'm Madison.
And I'm Lori. Now on to your sports with Matthew and Maddie.
Wait.
Zelda Link's Awakening. What more can I say about this game? It took the charm, simplicity, and playstyles of the original Zelda format and released it in a fun new way. The playstyle is very beginner friendly, and the game sort of holds your hand for most of it. You start out waking up in a house, only to find out that you've lost your sword and you have to go to the beach to get it. The whole time, NPCs are telling you what to do and where to go, so it's very easy to get back on track if you get stuck. Unless you're me. I got stuck trying to get the sword. And get in the first dungeon. Speaking of dungeons, if you aren't familiar with the Zelda franchise, well, let me tell you that this game loves its dungeons. You walk in thinking it'll be a good time because the game so far had been pretty relaxed, but no. Link's Awakening likes to sprinkle Legos on the floor and make you walk across them. It's challenging, but also amazing. This game is a good balance of puzzles and battle, and most rooms in the dungeon require you to beat enemies and then get items to continue going through them. At the end, you beat the boss and get instruments to wake up the windfish. You know, like everybody does. Of the 2D Zelda games, this is one of the easier games to complete. It only takes about 10 hours to get the whole game if you know what you're doing. For players new to the Zelda series, it could take about 15 hours. And in my honest opinion, this game is fun for seasoned gamers and casual players alike. It's a good game to get someone interested in the Zelda franchise, or just gaming in general. My favorite part about the game has to be the story, but without giving away too much, all I can say is that this game makes you think about your life and everything going on in it. It also made me cry. Anyway, I give this game like an 8 out of 10. Honestly, it was just so much fun to play and sit down and just get completely absorbed in it. I did not put my Switch down for like 3 days trying to beat this game. It was amazing. I definitely prefer the Switch version, but it made me want to go back and play the original. It was amazing. That's all that I can really say about it. I encourage you to play it for yourself. Bye, nerds.
What's up, Mustangs? I'm Matthew, and I'm here with my co-host Madison, and we're here today to give you your daily sports news. Eastern Kentucky linebacker Michael Harris was arrested on Monday morning. He had 4 different charges after he hoisted a police officer over his head, causing them both to fall. Harris has been suspended from all team and football-related activities. The 6'3", 245-pound linebacker was charged with obstructing official business, assault, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct. As of now, he is being held in the Franklin County Jail in Ohio.
The University of South Carolina has received a notice of allegations from the NCAA after an investigation was launched on its basketball program. The NCAA is reportedly accusing the school of recruiting violations that date back to 2017. This followed by an FBI investigation into bribery and corruption in college basketball. South Carolina is trying to defend themselves and get out of this process. That's all for our show today. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at The Spill TV. I'm Madison.
And I'm Matthew, and have a great day, and thanks for watching.